Hi, this is Sean Miller coming back to you with my Week 3 video assignment. As of the time of this recording, no other classmates have posted any other video assignments, so what I'm going to do for you is provide a critique of my own video from last week, as well as a critique of the President's speech which was contained in this week's assignment. First, I'll start with my speech. Something I noticed right off the bat is I tend to speak a little faster than I really ought to while giving a public speech. This is something that I am aware of, and it's something I've been trying to work on for quite some time. I think a lot of it has to do with me just getting excited and really wanting to present the material because I do enjoy being in front of a classroom and teaching. Something else I've noticed that I need to do a little better is enunciate. I tend to get a little lazy with my pronunciation of the words and slur my speech from time to time, and it's something, again, that I know I do, and I really try to work on it. What I've learned I've really enjoyed about video of myself is I get to see it firsthand when it happens. Instead of someone telling me I need to work on it, I actually get to see it for myself, and I can critique myself a little easier than hearing it from another person. One other thing that I did throughout the video is I use a lot of ahs and ums as pauses in my speeches. Instead of just stopping and waiting for the next word to come to me, I tend to use these verbal pauses, and it really does get in the way of the video sometimes. Something I do notice I do well is I don't really feel the same anxiety that a lot of people feel when they're in front of a classroom or in front of a group of people speaking. I think this has a lot to do with the number of times I've done this in the past, and it's something I really come to enjoy. I like being in front of a classroom, I like teaching, I like speaking out in public, and it's something that is really something I've included in my day-to-day activities with my work. Moving on to the President's speech, something that I noticed that the President does very well is he uses active voice. In most of his speeches that I have seen him give on TV, he has used active voice. This really gives a sense of ownership of the material that he is presenting to the American people. Instead of using a passive voice, which doesn't really show that same ownership, the active voice really promotes his message and shows that he really has the best interest of the American people in mind. Another thing he does very well is use plain English. He doesn't use a lot of large vocabulary words to try and convey his message. This can lose an audience from time to time if they are not as educated or just don't have an extensive vernacular like the President may. The other thing he did, which was included in our assigned material from this week, is he scanned the crowd. He had his focal points, and he moved from left to right and glanced back at his paper from time to time just to keep his place in his speech. 3D space wasn't really something that he could do very well just because he was speaking from a podium. That is a typical presidential position where speaking from a podium is tradition versus walking along a stage or walking in and amongst the crowd. For security reasons, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that the Secret Service would not allow him to walk among a crowd if he was giving a large public speech. One final thing that I did pick up about the President is his use of emphasis on certain words to really drive home a point. I did notice in the speech from this particular week's assignment, as well as the State of the Union address from this past year, that he makes a very good use of emphasis by pausing and really accenting certain words to really place the importance or stress the importance of what he's trying to say. Well, that's about all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy my video assessment, and I look forward to working with you again.